we have discussed the control charts. Control charts are of majorly two categories: control charts for variables, control charts for attributes. So under control chart for variables, we have x bar comma r chart, which is called the range chart. Under the control chart for attributes, we have p chart, c chart and d chart. Okay, I think just refer to your flow chart. Control charts are of two types: control chart for variables, control charts for attributes. Under control charts for variables, we have x bar r chart. Under control charts for attributes, we have p chart, d chart and c chart. Now, we already discussed the procedure of constructing a control chart and drawing conclusions on it. Now, let us do a problem for a better understanding. So, as I said you that a control chart consists of three lines. A control chart is a graphical representation on a bivariate axis by taking sample number on the x-axis and the statistic on the y-axis. It consists of three lines, dotted lines, two dotted lines and one solid line, where the solid lines indicates the control line and the dotted line indicates the upper control line and lower control line. Then now what are the steps involved? Just take out your classwork. In the first step, you are going for measurements. In the second step, you are considering the samples or subgroups, and in the next step, you are calculating the control limits with the formula: upper control limit, lower control limit. In the third step, in the next step you are constructing a control chart by taking the x-axis sample number and y-axis statistic. In the conclusion part, you are drawing the conclusion that whether the process is under control or out of statistical control by plotting the sample plots. To understand the procedure in a better way, let us consider this problem. Here the problem is on control chart x bar, mean and range. The following data shows the values of 10 samples of 10 sample means and corresponding range R. Calculate the values of the central line, control limits for mean chart and range chart, and determine whether the process is under control or not. For any problem, you will be given the data. They'll ask they'll clearly ask which chart is to be constructed. Here the chart is to be constructed is mean and range chart, and determine whether the process is under statistical control or not. After drawing the chart, you should conclude whether the process is under statistical control or not. Now, what are the charts you are going to construct? X bar comma R chart. So, to construct the control chart, the major one, all the theory part you know, measurement, subgroups, construction of control limits is a major step here. You will have UCL x bar, upper control limit, lower control limit and control limit you will have. What is the formula for UCL? You will have two cases for x bar: when standards are known when standards are unknown. This is mu plus a sigma, mu minus a sigma and mu. Here this is x bar plus a2r bar, x bar minus a2r bar, and this is x bar. This you should write both when standards are known and when standards are unknown. When standards are known means when mu and sigma are given. When mu and sigma are not given, you are replacing the corresponding with mu with x bar, sigma with r bar and a with a2. X bar means the sample mean of the means, range is nothing but mean of the range. A2 will be given to you. If you observe the given question, as I said you that this A2 value will be given to you. as in the procedure we wrote that A2 values will be tabulated from the tables. Likewise, here while doing the large and small sample test, you have Z alpha by 2, T alpha by 2 are the table values. Similarly, these are the table values which will be given to you. So here A2 is 0.577. Now let us construct what is given to you. 10 samples are given to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.2, 11.8, 10.8, 11.6, 11.0, 9.6, 10.6, 10. Corresponding range are 7, 4, 8, 5, 7, 4, 8, 4, 7, 9. These are X bar, these are range and sample number. Now this is the case when mu is not given to you, sigma is not given to you, so you cannot consider the case 1. You should go for case 2 where mu and sigma are unknown to you. You should calculate X bar and A2 is given to you and R bar you need to calculate. What is N here? N given as 5 here. Okay, how do you calculate? You better write as this is X bar, you write this as X double bar. Formula for X double bar is 1 by how many samples we have? 10 samples we have. 1 by sin sigma xi bar. Means 1 by 10. You add all these values from 11.2, 11.8, 10.8 plus so on 10. Wait a second. Plus 11.8 plus 10.8 plus 11.6 plus 11.0 plus 9.6 plus 10.6, which is around 1 by 10. This is 106.6 again, which is nothing but 10.66. This is X double bar. So what is the other value you need to calculate? R bar. 1 by 10, add all these values, 7 plus 4 plus so on 9. So 7 plus 4 plus so you got X bar value and R bar value. Now let us calculate control limits for X bar chart. What is UCL? What is the formula for UCL is X double bar plus A2 R bar. X double bar how much you got? 10.66 plus 0.A2 is given as 0.57 into R bar is 6.3. Which is nothing but 14.251. This is UCL. How do you get LCL? The same with minus. Means 0.57 into which is nothing but 7.06. You got UCL of X bar 14 point. UCL X bar as 14.75 and LCL is nothing but 7.06. What is CL is X bar itself. What is X bar? 10.63. Now this is for X bar chart. You consider a bivariate axis. I said to consider on X axis sample number. What is the sample size here? 10. So 1, 2 you consider sample number on X axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So on the y-axis you should consider the statistic. Under X bar chart, what is the statistic? X bar you should take. So what are the X bar ranges from your given data? All are in 11.2, 11.8, 10. For the minimum value is 10 and highest value is 11.8. So you can take 10, 10.2, 10.4, 10.6, 10.8, like that. 11. Is it a proper scale? You have minimum value 9. Better you take 9, 9.5. Let us change the scale. For X bar chart, you consider one sample number on X axis, on Y axis X bar, with what is the minimum value you have? 9.6, maximum value 11.8. Better you take 9, 9.5, 10, 10.5, 11, 11.5, 12. So take the required scale. This is X bar chart now. Now for first you should plot the UCL and LCL. What is the value of UCL? 14 points. So you extend this 12.5, 13, somewhere here you will get dotted line. This is UCL, you need to indicate with a dotted line. What is LCL? 7 point. Somewhere here you will get, this is also a dotted line. What is CL? 10. Here somewhere solid line CL. Plot all those two. Just we have constructed to decide whether the process is under statistical control or not. You plot the sample points against, what is the first sample point? Sample number is 1. Against that, the mean given as 11.2. Against 1, you plot 11.2 approximately. Against 2, you have 11.8. Against 3, you have 10.8. Against 4, it is 11.6. Against 5, you have 11. Against 6, you have 9.6. Against 7, 10.4. 8, 9.6. 9, 10.6. 10, 10 exactly. So how can you conclude? In the last line and the last side heading of the control chart, we wrote that interpretation of the control chart. If all the points, these are the plotted points, if all the points are between these two UCL and LCL, we say the process is under statistical control. See, if you observe, all the processes are below UCL and above LCL. No point is above this or below this. So we can say that the process is under statistical control. While plotting, if you observe any point goes beyond this line or this line, we say the process is out of statistical control. Since all the sample points lie within LCL comma UCL, we conclude that process is under statistical control. Whenever any point goes beyond these lines, we conclude the process out of statistical control. Thank you.